Hey guys, it's Midas here, and welcome to the tutorial as to how to create a 3D, how to create a marking on a 3D horse model. The things you're going to need for this tutorial is S3OC, S3PE, and the extended version of Photoshop. And then what you're going to need is a package marking as well, and the 3D horse model marking, 3D horse model file. I'll put it all in the link in the description, so don't panic. Then we're just gonna hop right into it. When you open up the 3D horse file, you end up with something looking like this, or a side view from the horse, and you have these three layers. The only way you can merge down the marking on top of this horse that you paste onto it is by double clicking and opening this file or image. Now what you're going to need to do is search for a high quality photo on Google and basically paste it into a new canvas. And then what you're going to do is use the selection pencil, select all the white you need for your marking, and then a little trick I'm going to tell you guys for getting the full white legs without having to select all of it is you basically just select where the marking ends, or where the actual color of the horse is before the Tobiano pattern or the white starts, and then basically you just draw the white on the horse legs later on. When you've got it all selected, copy it, and you can move the model around by using the moving tool, and you have these three thingies you can move your model around with. Use the red one and turn it to the side. You can use the not that one. You can use the blue one to make it even. And simply paste your marking, select it all, and then free transform. Then basically just size it up to the scale of your horse so that it fits. This is about the right size, so I'm just gonna apply the transformation. Then you go to edit, puppet warp, and you get this weird thingy. This means you can basically pin the marking to the horse wherever you want it. So starting with the first pin, you have to get it in place where you want it. And then with the other pins you can basically just stick it onto where you want it, and then you can just scale it up and get everything in the right place like this. There you go. Right, when you've done that, I'm gonna apply the puppet warp, and it's basically stuck onto the the model right now. I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit more. There you go. Because I wasn't really satisfied with it so far. Right. Apply. Now what you're gonna do is merge the layer down. If you can't merge it down, it means you didn't open this file yet, and that is something I struggled with a long time myself. So you really have to open the file before you start merging it down. Deselect, and then basically what you've got right now is the marking on the horse is visible, and because you've downloaded this shading model, the lighter areas show where it would be pink, and so that's really helpful if you want to create 3D channel markings, or for example an Overa marking with the head marking with a pink nose, without having to add multiple layers. Now that you've done that, go to this image, and basically what you're gonna have to do now is remove all the unwanted pieces that have been added to your canvas, and then we're just gonna do one side for the tutorial, and just fill it all up for the white legs. There you go. You don't have to be really neat here, as the only as even if you go outside the color of, or like the horse skin with quotes, it doesn't affect the horse in a different way. So now what you have to do is get your eraser on a small size and start erasing all the blurry edges. And the reason I told you guys to get a high quality image is because if you don't, you actually have a lot of blurry edges and it'll take forever to clean it up, and that's basically not worth it. So I'm gonna fix all the edges and then I'll be right back with you guys. Right, so I've cleaned it up a bit roughly, but hey, it's just a tutorial marking. And then what you're gonna do is let the black background show, and it'll show you basically just a black background with your marking on it. And then next step is go to File, Save As, and basically save it to a map or to a folder you have access to really easily, and save it with the DDS format, and basically give it a name. Then you get this window, and make sure you have the settings just like this. Because this is a 3-channel marking, you have to select the interpolated alpha, otherwise the pink areas that a horse would have, if it would be a splash horse, for example, they won't show up, and the marking will look really bland. Press save, and then onto the thumbnail. You gotta open a canvas with 265 times 265. So, you know, no, I didn't say a folder, I said a layer. This size is the exact size of the thumbnail. If you create it larger than that, it'll just take the 265 times 265 thumbnail size, and you won't see the entire marking. Now that you've done that, press File, Save As, and make sure to save it as a PNG format, and just call it the same way you called your marking, or at least your DDS file. Hit save, save it. Then you're gonna need S3OC. Open the 3-channel base package, double click it, tick create a clone package, find missing resources, include thumbnails, and rename internally. Change it to how you want to name it, and change it. I recommend changing it with the unknown space as well. And then here's where you can decide as to where you want to find your marking. It could be the head, the chest, the belly, the back, the legs, or the overall body. I recommend the back because it's easier to find it there, but it's all up to you. Hit save. Basically just save it. Wait for it to finish. Now that it's finished, close the window. Go to S3PE. Open the package you just created. Go to Thumb. Right click and click Replace. Search for the thumbnail you just created. Open it, and that way you replace the thumbnail. That way you can find it in game. Now this is the most important part. A lot of people forget is they don't chase the IMG, and that basically means is the IMG basically represents the marking or what has to show up in game. So we're gonna select, where is it, tutorial marking 2. open it, and then basically just this shows up, which is your marking. Hit save, go to where you saved it, there you go, copy and paste, and then open up Sims. You can close S3PE, and then I'll be back with you guys once it's loaded up. Right, so once you've opened everything up, you're gonna turn off Appreciate. Select new layer, go to the region you saved your mark in. So for me that's the back region. Search the marking in between all the others, and boom, there it is. Now the 3 channels allow you to have pink areas for your marking. So for example, when you've got a full splash horse and you know, or it's got a head marking that covers the nose, the horse will immediately have a pink nose with the marking itself, because you use the 3 channel marking. And that is basically it, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope I helped you with all the troubles you've got, and if you can't find something or when you need help with anything, feel free to message me on YouTube or on Facebook if you've had me on Facebook. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Tjallas!